hello there, everybody. 43. Yes, episode 43 is live. And we're going to run trains and show something that will shock some people. Some people are going to be in total disbelief. But we'll let that go for the moment. Let's see who we got here. We got 5 people watching. That's good. Let's see. Brad was the first one in here, according to StreamYard. Good morning, Brad. Very good morning. At 4 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand. Let's see. Dwight, Curly Express. You were the second one in. Good morning or good lunchtime for, nope, not lunchtime. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock in Dwight's land. And Brother Dan, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, we could turn the temperature down a bit. That would be nice. It's in the 70s here today, but it's going to warm up. Warm up into the 90s on Monday here. Yes. Well, level 2 construction had already begun quite a while ago, and then I stalled out because of this corner and trying to figure that out. But now we will see the big unveiling. And I had a question for Pete. Pete, are you in the giveaway? I don't see Pete Motley has entered the N-Scale giveaway for next week. So send me an email. Send me an email, Pete, if you want a GP40 for your layout or anything else that we've got here. Yeah, you better get your butt in motion, Mr. Motley. Okay. You've got 1 week, everybody. So that's the thing. We have fairly good participation. I think there's about 15 or so entries, which is not bad. But if you're not in, go ahead and get in. That said, let's see, 7 people. Yeah. So what's going to be the reveal? Well, first let's say hello to Rocky. Rocky's standing there. Rocky's standing there in front of the prizes, and he's saying these could be yours. These 2 locomotives could be yours. Or I'm sitting in front of this. I'll move that over. Or the train tape. Or the 3rd and 4th runner-up prizes will be polo shirts in your size, in your color, and your logo. So that's actually, I think, is a pretty good prize. Plus, I'll be able to ship it, I think, right to you without adding additional costs to me on shipping. What do I got the other thing going on? Let's see. I shipped out those 2 trolleys over to David at DB Tech. So maybe in Sidetrack Sunday sometime once he eventually gets those, which he should get it this week because I sent it priority mail. Yeah, he should have those trolleys. for those of you that watched his show about those Tyco trolleys. Let me shift back here. I want to get a shot set up after we said hello to shot set up of a little bit of the second level here. Okay, I go back there, and yes, ta-da! Second level bench work. Second level bench work, and JP, you're here just in time for that big reveal. The second level bench work has arrived all the way over to the peninsula. I've got the bench work temporarily installed. And I'm going to I got to take it all out and do some drilling and cutting of the sub road bed. But yeah, it's there. And let's switch over to another view that we'll use for. There's view, and we've got temporary lighting going up on there too. So that's not how it will eventually be, but it looks like I can get away with a single string of strip lighting, and that will be fine. The other areas I use 2 strings, but I think one is going to do this here with some modifications. So there you go. We have lights, we have cameras, and it's time for some action. So let's see. Let me get this camera moved around, and we'll see what trains that we've got today. We've got 3 different trains lined up, and they're mostly passenger trains, except for this special one up front, which I'm going to run. Let's see, track 5 is departing. And we'll see how that goes. Yep, it's going. It's going. So let's see. Track 5. I have to recall. I'll run around the layout here and make sure that we've got the switches thrown in the right direction. And we need a light switch. Okay, 16 thrown. So there we go. I got that. That -2 going. Hey, Closet Branch, welcome to the show. And also, Mom said she's watching. So welcome to the show, Mom. Let's transition over to that. You can see it leave the yard. I'm actually going to turn that sound off because it's a little annoying. Who would say that sound is annoying? Only me. Okay, let's go over. Switch 16 is now closed. And that train, let's give it some more speed. You can go up to speed set 25. Okay. Rocky is being a screen hog. Yeah. Well, he's a ham. Or, I don't know, a lamb. Okay. So there we go. We got trains running. Let's see if it makes it through the infamous crossover of death. Yeah, that shot and the lights on it make it easier to understand part of what's going on with that that throat there. And I expect that this train should go around just fine. Again, this is a bicentennial Burlington Northern, 1876. Whatever those are, SD40s, is that -2s? I think that's what it is. Okay, let's see. I can set up a shot. There it is, going across in front of the helix. This isn't the place where they normally decouple, though. Every time during the live show, I get it decoupled way in the back. You can't even see it from here with that camera because I don't have zoom on these cameras. I'm watching it. It's made it through there. Yep. All these trains ran a couple of loops. Yeah, I have kind of a classification yard in the middle. Although I don't know, yeah, that could be a classification yard because I have a huge stub, a huge yard lead for that. Let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can do this live. There we go. And we'll get that train that's coming past. Let me switch views. There we get it coming right past this right there. And so it's coming down track 1. It's right behind the computer right here on my little pull-out shelf. So let me see. I'm trying to set up a view of the track plan. And one that people are going to be able to see here. All right. I got that set up. Now let me go over to I need to watch and make sure that that train actually makes it out of the yard here. I believe I've got all the switches set up correctly. Yep. All right. There we go. And I don't know if you saw it, but that's got that's just a little short work train. It's got the Bicentennial SD40-2, I think, Burlington Northern. It's got this caboose that's in the Bicentennial, and it's got a Great Northern large crane, work train, crane. That's a Bachmann piece that I found in a consignment area for one of the hobby shops. So let me take us over here, and this is not complete here, so you can't see all this enter into the throat here. But we have, like you said, you could say 2 main lines that come through here, and then 8 other tracks that go around here. And then where you saw 4, that's just the reduction down to 4. That's the reduction down to 4, JP. And then there's this center area here that is another staging area / it could even be classification. And then it has a track that comes down here, which is not on this drawing. And actually, this drawing right here is not I think it's not current because I don't have any more of these crossovers in here. So this part right here, I need to update. But yeah, that's what it is. So let me go back over to see the backside of. Okay, Rocky, you can watch that way. Okay. Hey, J7 Mystic Railroad is in the house, and I forgot Closet Branch is here. I didn't make that announcement. Let's see, let's get rid of that. And as it comes back around in the yard, put that down there. You can see that way down to the far end. So that's from that camera to that other end. We probably got 15 feet. It could be run like an active working yard and still have staging. Yep, that was my goal. As sometime we will go through, and I'm going to slow this down and see if we can back this up, because we're taking this guy out of action. And it's time for the next train to come out. Seems we're 20 minutes in. All right, we're past turnout 1. First direction, switch 1, throw. And let's see which other one that I need. I think it's switch 4. Actually, let's do switch 7. And then turn this around, look at the mess, and we'll run that right in the work train Well, actually, this is a part that I've had this stalled. We're in the wrong track. Track 2. We don't want track 2. I did not notice that. Okay. Switch 2, 3. Okay. Now I think I got it. Okay. Live television. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if we can get past this one area without stalling. It used to stall right here. It didn't. And we're coming in. And I'm going to transition. And we're bringing it right into this staging. This is the classification area. We'll just park it here. Yes. And I don't have power turned on to that track right now. So we will let it sit right there. And we'll remember, switch 7, close that one. And we want, let's see, 13 and 2. Okay. Now let's go and take over Loco 509. Loco 509. Enter. And we've got our Spokane, Portland, and Seattle with 4 passenger cars. And we're going to turn off that No, I did not get more cameras. Let's take this up to a reasonable speed for this locomotive. So this is a BLI. It is a heavy Mikado. So what is that? 282. And it's going to attempt to get out of the yard without screwing up. I did not get more cameras. I just have the cameras. I actually bought some quick release things because one of my quick releases broke. With these little quick releases things that I've got on all my cameras now. So I had to do something a little wonky with the main one broke on the tripod. So I actually have like 2 quick releases on the tripod now because I can't mount that. Anyways, yep. So let's go over transition. We see it leaving. It's now leaving the yard. So now I think that, let me hide this other comment. I did not get more cameras. What you're seeing is I'm taking one of the cameras and I'm positioning it, trying to position it without making everybody seasick, and then just switching the view. It's on this small little device. It's a mini. I guess you call it. It's not a tripod, but it's like a mini tripod. So, yeah, so I'll get that camera turned around. see a shot of. It's not easy to see that. See where it's going to be a good shot there, even though you can see the wire hanging in the way, and you can see out into the rest of my house. Yeah. So close the door. All right. So, yeah, that's going pretty slow for speed step 30. Take it up a bit. All right. Okay, so J7. Yeah, I think actually J7 is entered. Yep. J7 is in the contest. In fact, once Pete gets it in gear, you'll have their best odds of winning an engine right now if you are in the N scale side. All right, Pete. I will go and check on that. And indeed, you have entered the contest for next week. Remember, it's next week. Let me put that banner up there. For anybody who's watching right now at almost a half an hour in, here's the details right below. 400 giveaway. And we're now at, let's see, what are we at? I think I was at 418, 419 right now. We are at 419, so we are beyond that 400 and beyond that level that somebody was laughing at me and making some rude comments when I announced the show. Oh, is it not 400? That's BS. Like, yeah, stick it in your ear. So anyways, it's my show. I'll run it the way I want to, right? Okay. So how do you enter in? greatnorthernjj@gmail.com. Put that in there. And mention the mascot. Mention the mascot. Oh, he's not in the shot. Oh, how terrible. Rocky is not happy. All right. There he is. Rocky is in the shot again. Scene hog. And let's see, we'll go down and we'll get to stuff coming into the show. Okay, so 400. Your preferred scale, N scale, HO, or other, and do it by July 4th. And that way, you'll be one of the few that can win one of those prizes. Yeah, so looking great so far. I think we've got. Let me see. I'll go and count how many people we've got there right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for HO, 6 for N scale. So we got 14. So that's actually not bad. A little less than last year, but there's still time. There's still time to enter into the drawing. Yeah, somebody. Oh wait, let's. Oh, get over there. There we go. Coming past all the wires. And there's that Spokane, Portland, and Seattle heavy Mikado number 509 is into the yard, and we will park it here. And let's get set up for the next train. And the next train, 13 close, 14 throw, is the big boy. The big boy to celebrate 4014. It has just been out and about. So there you go. There you go. Big boy is going to try to make it out of the yard. But we are going to turn off the sound because that's a bit much for a show. You should do the Price is Right theme in the background, just saying. All right. I'm going to make sure that I got this set up right, or we're going to have a catastrophe, right? So we've got the big boy with the two tenders and high cube boxcar, one of those ones that it pulled when it went through south here. And we got the excursion train set up. So why are we stopping there? Very interesting. Probably because there's another throttle. I need to go disconnect the other throttle. It's stolen, but not stolen. Okay. That's what happens when you have one person, and I got three throttles here, and the other one's on the other side of the layout. Okay. You can basically see the end of that. If you can make that out, it's heading out there, out the throat, past those. I don't think you can see it. The overhead lights, you can kind of see it. The little dwarf signals there. If I turn off the overhead lights temporarily, well, you can't see that any better. Okay, but you can see what a difference the lights make. You can see. Yeah, I agree, Pete. JP. It'd be nice for Digitrax to turn off that feature. I mean, when you steal, you should steal. The other one should actually release, but it doesn't. So let's see. We'll get this set up for Rocky's not going to be happy. But too bad. Rocky can't be in every scene. I'm going to see that come around the Helix Peninsula. Hey, getting back on track with Steve. Welcome to the show. I'm not sure I'm as concerned about the lighting in the staging level. I'm not sure that I'm concerned about that just yet, but I haven't permanently attached that lighting, so there's still time to move that around and play with that to see where those lights make the most sense. Right now it's right down the middle, but yeah, I should play with that and see what makes sense. Because yeah, I do a lot of run bys, and one of the things we'll see that we are missing in this level is I need to do the blue backdrops for each of these. And let's see, switch 1 and switch 14, 15. Okay. I want to make sure that this guy has a chance to come through. And you can see past all the junk. We'll get a good shot of it coming past Rocky there. Yeah, let me remove that comment. It's a great comment, JP. And let me take that banner off of there. Okay. So there we go. There we got the excursion train out and about. And you see it's not running, it's not paired up, lashed up with the locomotive. So it's got its newly installed train control system or whatever that is in the tender. So it doesn't need to have assistance of the necessary electronics that are usually in the modern diesels. So there you go. There's that one. We'll let that come around and we'll set that up to come back into track 3. So we'll throw 3 is thrown. Switch 1 is thrown. And then once that comes back in, we'll get that parked. And then we will get the last star of the show, the Amtrak Empire Builder, or my version of it, will be the last train. And I'm not sure if we've run that in a show before. We probably have. I know I've taken videos of it. So things to do. What do we got coming up next week? Next week, we've got transition. Next week, we've got, of course, the layout photos of the month for June. And we do have, right after that, we have the giveaway show. So the celebration of passing 400 subscribers. And I will point out that if somebody wants to post up Steve's channel, getting back on track with Steve and Roxy, they're closing in on 500. So he's got a great HO scale layout. He also won the sibling to this GP40 that I've got here. He was the winner of the last one for me going over 300. So, but that's not the reason to like his show. He's got some cool stuff going down in his part of his basement. And he's starting to get into what some people call the more interesting part, where I'm not at, the scenery. So yeah, thanks Dwight for posting that up there. So yeah, go check out Steve's channel. Yeah, there's great stuff going on over there. And let me see. Do we need to switch views? No, we're fine. Okay. So that's next week. And then we've got, so that's July 5th. So we've got the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. Right? Yeah. That's what my calendar says. So 12th and 19th are open shows. One of those will be a layout progress show. Hey, Joe Rader, Black Rock Central Railroad, thank you for joining the show. So the 26th, of course, will be, as usual, it will be a run trains because it's the last Saturday of the month. The first Saturday of August, though, is going to be a little bit different because it's only going to be the second. I will not have enough time to get layout photos. So that'll be a special bonus show. Where we will do something. Maybe we'll play another train game. Maybe we'll do a live Lego construction. I don't know, but we'll see what we're going to do there. But so that leaves like the 12th or the 19th. We'll figure something out. We'll definitely figure something out there. And excuse me while I slow this down to yard approach speeds. She's coming in on track 3. And we'll also switch back over to see the wires. Sorry about that. I need to figure out a better place to put the wires. What you can see is you can see through wires. One of them you can see twice, which is the camera wire for the camera you're looking at. You see the tripod that's giving me that straight shot down the yard throat. So there's about 14 feet, maybe give or take. Rocky standing there, and then you've got the power for the lights that's not going to come from here when I get that done. That'll come from the other side because I've got a power supply on the other side, which I think can light all the level 2. Can light all the level 2 lighting, but we'll see. I have to make sure that I'm not going to exceed the amp rating on that. Okay. So as she gets in here, this is a little bit, different decoders do things differently. This decoder only plays the other sounds. Like you can't use the whistle when the sound is off. Okay, I'm going to switch controllers. This is a handheld one. Well, they're all handheld, but this one's wireless. And this is a Train Control Systems UWT50, which is different from my Digitrax ones. And you can see the tail end of the Amtrak train is going. And I'm going to walk around over here and make sure that I've got the switches set up correctly, as well as unpower this one. So switch 15, moving to throw. I'll throw switch 3, switch 1, so she can come back in. And I'm going to unpower all but tracks 1 and 4. We got some, I really have to say, even though people are going to say, what? You got that track already done. I really don't like these first three turnouts that I placed here. Um, they were the first three Pico turnouts that I did, and they're a little rough. And they always got wheels bouncing around going through there. I really don't like it. Yeah, I know. Another excuse to not run trains, right? Okay, now that it's out of there, we need to go and we'll turn switch 15 needs to be thrown in order for it to come past line 1. And we got stuck there just seeing Rocky. We didn't see the tail end of that. If you can see that barely, that'll give us a better shot. Better shot of it coming across the peninsula there once we get to it. So, hey, Tom Houston, Model Rail. Welcome to the show. And we've got the last star of the show running at 9:47 Pacific time. And that is the Amtrak Empire Builder. And wow, I don't have the light on. All right. So there we go. We got the Empire Builder there with all my set, all my Amtrak cars. All Kato. They actually run really well, really smooth. So that's actually a train that I could actually run for my modern times anywhere along this area here. At least that's what I'm doing. I would say I've got mixed Proto-Lance. Why is it mixed? Well, because I can't make up my mind about which should be the dominant railroad on this line. It's torn between, in the modern times, between BNSF and Union Pacific. But I have majority of my modern diesels are Union Pacific. Oh, let's transition back over. She's coming back into the yard here. So you could call this, this is the two. Yeah, the back wall is running better right now, and no explanation for that. Maybe it's a change in temperature, but or just a different cars. So here we get that nice view of the Empire Builder as she comes in on track 1. Rocky is overseeing as yard master here. And we'll give this 2 circuits. So yes, these 2 locos, 302 and 303, are also Kato. They are really smooth runners, and they run well together. Hey, Larry Boffman, I believe is the correct pronunciation, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. People get my name wrong all the time. I just, okay. There's some side conversation going on here, which is completely usual in the realm of things. Oh, let's see if we got, did I remember to get the switches thrown? And I did. Wow. I don't like that those three turnouts. They bug me. Anyways, I don't tend to have too many derailments there. There's occasional derailment there. Okay, so there you have it. No. You're the only one that got it right. Okay. I think it's because I asked you one time. I had to tough it out. I didn't have any creamer or milk for my coffee this morning. Straight black today. Okay. So is your train able to make a loop? I'm going to show that's possible. I did it just in time. We're going to run it the other way. So you see, it's coming around in the other direction now. And we're going to have it come into the yard in the other direction. But as a change, that I want to do while I go over and look at the cameras at the turnouts here, we're going to have her come in and enter in on track 4. So I'm going to throw turnout 38. And that one's set, and I need track turnout 6. Okay, so she's going to come back in on track 4 now. And in case I forget, go back over. Okay, we're going to flip the scene here. Okay, so you see they came back in on the other track, and now because of the reconfiguration, the other main line of the track can now support coming right into the yard in the other direction. So it's another loop on this side. So it's actually a nifty thing of the redesign that I did. Allows me to bring that train in here. Let's see, 38 and 6 and 32. Yeah, 32 is the double crossover on the other end. So we're going to let her go on track 4 here for a while and make sure to get up and follow it around here. I really need to have like a walk around camera, I guess you could say. If I did my phone, we could. And I'm looking at the turnouts and we're good to go. We can keep this running on track 4. So there you go. It is possible. Now, because that double crossover is on the other side of where the of where the exit from the helix is, it's possible for me to come off the helix either on the inside track or the outside track and end up in the correct configuration. So in the last few minutes here, let me talk about what we're going to do, what's upcoming for the second level here. Well, first of all, I have to get the plywood cut to the correct lengths. Right now, it is not completely cut to the correct lengths. I also made a little bit of a mistake in the corner. I'm going to have to make a little, small little piece of plywood to fill in a gap. I got like a 3/4 inch gap that I messed up. I didn't take into account another piece of wood there. Oops. Well, I'm not going to go and recut that piece. I will just put that in there. I think I can get it to lay smooth. If I can't, then I guess I'll go and cut that again, but I'd rather not. Anyways, that corner was, that corner, I think I'll have to take some B-roll. That corner was a really interesting cut. I took an existing piece of bench work that I had left over from when I built the helix, and I cut out a piece of that, and I was able to reuse that. And I was also able to reuse for this part that's right at the end of the peninsula here. I was able to reuse a prototype that I'd built out of, I thought I wasn't going to use, but I was like, oh, might as well use this. I just had to recut that a little bit, and it fits in nicely, even though it's not birch plywood. It is some less expensive at the time plywood, although I think all plywood is expensive now. So here in Portland at Home Depot, if I buy a 4x8 sheet of 1/2 inch birch, that is $72. And I bought 2 pieces of 2x4, 2 feet by 4 feet, and they're actually not 2 feet by 4 feet. How annoying is that? They are trimming off the corners from us everywhere. So it's a little bit shorter in both the dimensions. Anyways, $23 a piece for that. So I will at some point get some delivered, or I will likely just borrow or get a friend with a truck to help me bring another sheet of 4x8. Oh, I guess that we are not coming in on track 4. Better switch 15. Okay, I guess we get another run around because I forgot to throw switch 1. Okay. You can see the Empire Builder is going to be getting another pass here. All right, and you can hear my dog barking. Yeah, I might look at, there's another lumber shop that's local called Pars Lumber here. They might be a better alternative, and actually closer, a little closer than Home Depot. Not much closer. 15. Yeah, okay. Making sure we're set up here. And after Empire Builder goes through here, oh yeah, he's not been announcing himself too much this morning. He just started, but I've got the door closed, so maybe that's why. Yeah, lumber is definitely more expensive, and I'm trying to conserve as many, although I had to consume one of these 8-foot long 3/4 inch plywood pieces. I'm trying to preserve as many of those as possible. Um, okay. Yeah, I tend to stay with. It costs more, but this birch plywood that Home Depot has tends to be more stable than the other stuff that I have. So I think I've used that for all of this layout, including the 3/4 inch. So yeah, the one in Par Lumber in Raleigh Hills, right at the 6 corners of death, as I like to call it. It's where 3 roads come together and intersect. It's a little bit of an interesting intersection. Anybody who goes through there hates it. Okay, let's go and see that one last run, and you'll see we're coming in the other direction this time. And then after she gets back into the yard here, we'll wrap this up for show 43. So remember, next week is layout photos. So if you're a member of Roy Smith's Union Pacific and Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision Facebook group, mouthful. If you are a member of that, go ahead and post your pictures, post your pictures, and I will pick those up if you get them posted by June 30th. Pete, don't forget, I think we missed you last month, but maybe we didn't. I can't remember. I need to post. I haven't been posted. The cut guys laughed about ripping 5 sheets for benchwork framework. Hey, you know what? I have to say, in following by some people that do this all the time, that having my benchwork made out of plywood is so much more stable than what I had before in my previous layouts. Just the dimensional lumber is just a challenge these days. I know you can find it, but I don't like picking over every single piece in this way. Now, I still found that my cutting has not been as great as it could be, and I do have some differences, but I have a fix for that. I just bought a hand planer, a Makita hand planer, that after the show, I'll go run over and get it. So I have that on hand. And here you go. There's the last car into staging. And that train is just under 8 feet long. So there you have it. Somehow we've made to get to the end of a whole hour plus of me just running trains. And guess what? I didn't even have to knock on wood. There were no derailments this time. We made it through a show with no derailments. Amazing. So let's get some things turned around here. Reset up this shot. And we'll get this show concluded. And we can see there's Rocky right above me with the two GP40s N scale HO that are available as grand prizes. So remember, let me post that. Let me get that going here. How do you enter into the show? Enter it. I think everybody has, but if you haven't, there's still time. You have a week. You have until July 4th to get email to greatnorthernjj@gmail.com. It's not at Gmail, but gmail.com. Mention the mascot. Well, you know who. He was in there. He is right there saying, oh, you know my name. The key, it's the name of the show. And then your preferred scale, N scale HO, or other by July 4th. And we'll go over the prizes again. Grand prizes are GP40s in N scale and HO from Atlas Masters line. They are DCC ready. So if you're HO or N scale, I've got you covered. If you're another scale and you win, we'll figure something out of an equivalent prize. And then they are DCC ready, so they'll work. You just have to drop in a decoder. So there you go. And then the runners up, the 5th and 6th place, we'll get this train tape here. And I've showed that before. This is a train tape. It is a HO and N scale measured ruler, basically. And then what else? Oh, these. Two people are going to win their own polo shirt. You can get whatever logo you want. I have my little Great Northern JJ here for me. You can choose your color, and I will direct you to gelsma.com, where I'm going to order these shirts from. That's where I got this from, and my hoodie. I'm not giving away a hoodie. And I have one more thing to say about the owner, Denny Gelsma, or Yelsma. I don't know which the right way to say that. But this guy, I had ordered these shirts, and I ordered a shirt, and I ordered a hoodie, and I actually ordered a cap. And I never got the cap, and he actually written on there, hey, we'll ship the cap later. And I forgot about it, and he forgot about it. But you know what? Months later, he said, hey, did you ever get that cap? And I said, and he texted me, he called me, and then he texted me. And man, the follow through, that guy is on top of things. He may have forgotten about that, but he recovered. I mean, it's awesome in these days and age that you actually have that level of service. But I highly recommend that. Yelsma.com. I'm not getting paid by them. I don't get paid by anybody. Well, I get paid by somebody, but it might have a little symbol like that. So, yeah, where was I at? Oh, okay. Those are the prizes. There's 6 prizes. How's that going to work? I'll have the rules posted this next time. Basically, what I'm going to do is this. I am going to pick the 2 grand prizes first. I'm not going to reveal them. I'm from the respective pools, N scale and HO. If you're other, I'm going to put you into the HO. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. So I'm going to pick those grand prizes first. So those are out there. And then I'm going to take all the remaining ones and they're going to draw for the 4 runner-ups. So I'll draw the 2 train tapes and then I'll draw the 2 train polos. And then I will reveal the grand prize winners. And there are 2 exceptions. I think 1 or 2 people have mentioned, hey, if I win, then give this to somebody else. So here's what I'm going to do. If one of those people wins, then I'm going to allow them the choice of an additional tape that I'll go get, one of these, or a polo shirt. So, so if you are one of those people and you know who I'm talking about, that if your name gets drawn for the grand prize and you said, hey, I won before, or oh, I'm living in another country, don't waste the shipping on me. Well, that's the couple of other things. Or the other category is this. What was it? So I won before. There's just one person who's won before. Actually, Closet Branch has won before. So Closet Branch and Getting Back on Track with Steve were the winners last time. And they're both on the show today. And what else is going on? I keep yakking away. People have made 14 comments. Okay. Let me get caught up here. July 4th is my mom's birthday. Okay, happy birthday to Dwight's mom. Really nice logos. Yep, I have to say this train tape comes in handy. You can measure out. It's long enough that you can measure out about an 8-foot real scale. Yes, this is a metal sign behind me, and actually, my logo down here is actually a picture of that. So that's a picture. That's not something that I got off the internet. That is a actual photo that I took in my garage when it was an emblem on my control panel in the garage, and now it's stuck to the door up here. Okay, so let me not get diverted. What was I talking about? The prizes. So yeah, so there are some exceptions to the grand prize and such that I'll discuss, but I'll try to write up all the rules so we know what's going on before I start drawing, because I'll do the drawing live. But basically the mechanism is we'll draw for N scale, we'll draw for HO, we'll set those grand prize winners aside. I will not reveal them. And then with that one exception, so if somebody wins that that's won before, again, then, and they've mentioned that, or they've mentioned something special in their entry, we will defer that grand prize and we'll draw a different person. So there you go. I'll have all the rules written up so we can't say, all right, look, you're changing the rules while we're drawing. Well, I'm not gonna do that unless I somehow screw up and we get some strange condition that I didn't think about. But I think I've got it all covered. I just need to write them down, and I'll have a slide there so people can say, oh, you're cheating. Just kidding. Okay, this has gone on long enough. Thanks all for being here. We'll go back over to Rocky one last time. And he reminds me that I'll be back next week. Okay. Okay, so thanks all for being here. Thanks for all being subscribers. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe. If you're still here, I mean, you better have subscribed. You made it through 75 minutes of you listen to me yak endlessly and watch trains run. So there you go. We'll be back next week where we have our grand prize giveaway. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you all next time. Bye, Mom.